Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Farce, where we review and discuss your and our favorite comedy films. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California. From trivia nights to title fights, your voice of choice, the stunningly stupendous student of stupidity, Ozzy V. Also with me on this program, as always, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world-famous juggler Greg Larson. How you doing, Greg?
I'm great. How about yourself, Ozzy?
Did you have some Frosted Flakes this morning?
I did.
Oh, okay.
It's inspiring.
Well, there you go. I had Lucky Charms, so
there you go.
It's a bit of childhood breakfast for all of us. Todd, do you have any breakfast cereal this morning?
I know, but I did have Lucky Charms earlier this week.
So are you guys both magically delicious?
I guess so. Whatever that means. All right, ladies.
I also had the Grinch cereal this week, too, so if that matters.
Okay, I guess that balances it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week we do have the pleasure of reviewing and discussing Step Brothers, released on July 25th, 2008. Todd, do you have a trailer available?
I do. Red Band even.
All right.
Oh.
Take the ghosts out, please.
When Robert and Nancy became man and wife, Dale and Brennan became stepbrothers.
What if you and Dale get along great?
You better not get in my face, because I'll drop that motherfucker.
Hey.
The boys seem to be feeling each other out.
Brennan, you and Dale are gonna have to share a room.
Are you awake? Yeah. I hate your guts. This house smells like Bengay and barbecue sauce. That's me holding a pillow on your face. I'm gonna take a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you. I'll kill you!
What are you doing?
I'm burying you. Let the dirt just shower over you.
My dad's gonna wonder where I am.
He'll never know you're gone.
Okay, name your favorite dinosaur. Velociraptor.
All right, if you were a chick, who's the one guy you would sleep with?
John Stamos.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
I think they're starting to like each other.
I got a really bad feeling about this. Can we turn our beds into bunk beds?
Yes.
This is the funnest night ever. We did it. Woohoo!
This is how we do it.
The bunk beds were a terrible idea. Why did you let us do that?
You have 1 month to find jobs or you're out in your ass.
What?
I will arrange interviews and you will go.
This house is a prison!
On planet bullshit.
In the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks!
Well, Brent, you certainly have had a lot of jobs.
Well, thank you. I think that makes me a complete fucking package. Sorry, I'm nervous.
No, take your time.
But when I get to the workplace, I like to fuck shit up. Oh,
Please, we really try not to drop the F-bomb. Just be a little careful. And who is this gentleman sitting behind you?
Hello, Ms. Lady.
I needed someone to
wait, shut your
work
mouth. Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry, what did
You're
you
just
say?
coming off stupid.
I'm coming off as stupid. You're wearing tuxedos to a job that requires you to clean bathrooms. We're done with this interview.
Can we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my fucking office.
Whoa.
Wow.
Language.
That was the trailer for the Red Band trailer for Step Brothers, again released on July 25th, 2008. The theatrical R-rated version has a runtime of 98 minutes. The version we are reviewing today is the unrated version, coming in at 105 minutes. The story came from Will Ferrell, Adam McKay, and John C. Reilly, with Ferrell and McKay taking over the screenplay duties. Directed by Adam McKay, of course, starring Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly, featuring Mary Steenburgen and Richard Jenkins. Oh, initial thoughts on this. I mean, I remember seeing this in the theater and loving it just as much as I did as when I recently watched it here. Just for this instance, it didn't like grow old at all. Like I knew everything that was going to happen, but still, when it happened, it still hit. It's the dedication to the characters, I suppose, but just. This is loaded from start to finish of just laugh out loud moments to the point where I'm pretty sure it annoyed my wife to a pretty high degree. How about you guys?
So, yeah, this one's always been a fun one to revisit. And what's great about a movie like this is there's so many funny moments that sometimes you laugh through a moment, and so the next time you watch it, you're like, I was laughing too hard to notice that last time. So it's fun to revisit a film like this. And as someone who grew up with three stepbrothers, primarily two of them were older, so they didn't really live with us for that long. But like my little brother and I, we got into some moments. And do you mind if I share two like fun stepbrother moments that kind of fit with this? So
there is no better place to share than right here and right now.
So one time during both of these were during summer. I think during the same summer too. We were probably middle school, like probably 7th, 8th. No, yeah, I was 7th or 8th grade. And he's 2 years younger than me. So we're wrestling in the living room as you do. And at one point, like we go and we like turn, and it was like, like we were fine with each other. It was just, messing with each other. And I accidentally had his back smashed through the window. Because there was like a big like multi-pane window on the wall. So yeah, that was one incident of breaking the house. And then we had another one. Well, we didn't get away with that one. We definitely got in trouble on that one. But then there was one summer so the way our house was, there's a fireplace, right? And the fireplace went from the living room, and then on the other side there was the kitchen, and you can like get to the fireplace on both sides. And so we were on the kitchen side, and we had it open. We, we're lighting stuff on fire, as you do. And so we're like putting papers in the fireplace, lighting it on fire, and then, getting the hairspray and doing the thing with that. And then my brother was like, should I pour some gasoline in there? And I was like, I go, no, that is a dumb idea. He goes, well, but what if I got like a cup and the tongs, and then I put the gas in the cup and then used the tongs and turned it so I wasn't like close to it? I was like, brilliant. We got it solved. He's got the cup with some gasoline, pours it over, fire, whoosh, and then pulls the tongs out, still holding the now on fire plastic cup of gasoline. Drops it in a panic. Oh, God. Now the kitchen floor is starting to catch fire. I run to the kitchen sink, and the little handle with like the hose that extends, like I turn on full blast, I pull it as far as it could go, press it just short of where the fire is. And we get the biggest cup we can find. We fill it up with water, finally put it out. But there's this giant scorch mark, and it's like, we're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? And I go, I got it. Where the scorch mark was underneath where our microwave was. And I go, we're going to tell everybody we were making popcorn and watching movies. And we put one too many zeros in the microwave. And it caught fire, and we pulled it out of the microwave, and it caught the floor on fire.
So the big question, did it work?
It did. And it wasn't
until they watched this episode.
No. So 1 or 2 decades later, so my family always throws a Christmas party, and they'd already replaced the floor and done all this stuff. But we are all drinking, and I go, hey, Dad, guess what? Remember that time we lit the popcorn on fire? And I told him the whole story, and he goes, son, there's stories you don't need to tell me, but I did not know the whole time. So, sure as shit, we got away with it.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh. Todd, any initial thoughts on the film or any stepbrother stories?
I don't have any step Yeah, I don't have any step anything.
Could you take the ghost from out of my theater?
It's not my fault you're in a haunted theater. It happens. They're old theaters. This is one I don't really revisit. It's weird. Like, I like the movie, and it's like just for some reason the films of this era, I tend to go back older when I'm revisiting stuff. Just because I don't know, the stuff I grew up watching, I tend to go back to more. But I forget how funny this is. So it's one that when I want something funny to watch, I should throw it on more. And yeah, it's just one I think I didn't watch this initially because I still had a lot of ill feelings towards Will Ferrell, Elf, Land of the Lost. He had a string of stinkers.
Right.
So I was
Wait,
still.
Did you just say Elf was a stinker?
I didn't like it. Yeah, when just that the way he acts in that, it just drives me insane. It's like Stewart. That doesn't work for me either. From Mad TV, if I didn't say that, but not Stewie. Calm down, Ozzy. But yeah, so like I don't know. I had like a weird thing like for him. Like I loved Old School, but then that's when he started doing his other stuff. And I think it was right around. Someone said this was one I needed to watch, and I did. So, yeah, I've often been told I should go back and revisit Land of the Lost by Kruger because of the creatures. But like I grew up on the original show, so I have a very distinct Land of the Lost. But maybe one day. Maybe one day if I'm forced to on this, we'll revisit Land of the Lost. We'll see.
I actually have some notes here. One of them came from commentary. So, oddly enough, funny enough, Richard Jenkins, the Dale's father, worked as a truck driver for a company that was run by John C. Reilly's father. And he actually met John C. Reilly when Reilly was 4 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then later came up to be his dad in this movie. Also, it's pretty, especially in this unrated version, it's clear that there was a lot of improvised lines. Catherine Hahn was saying that the actors were encouraged to lean into the improv and the specific lines where she talks about shoving Dale in her vagina. She said came from all these lines came from the thoughts of a recovering Catholic, which I thought was a hilarious line in the interview. Also, Richard Jenkins' dinosaur impersonation, full improv, not in the script. Another couple of funny notes is that in Dale and Brennan's bedroom, there is a DeLorean from Back to the Future. Especially funny considering how Mary Steenburgen was in the third. And lastly, the samurai sword that Brennan shows, that's actually Randy Jackson's signature. And since the movie's been released, people with samurai swords have actually approached Randy Jackson asking him to sign them since the movie.
That's awesome.
That is funny.
So
I didn't catch the DeLorean, and that is a cool little nod to Mary Steenburgen.
So let's get into some of our favorite moments. I have a few written down. I'm gonna take the risk. Hope you guys don't pick them, but I'll let you guys go first.
Todd, you want to take the lead?
Yeah, I'll go on this one because like I honestly didn't write a lot down on this one because I was absorbing it, and there's a lot of jokes and a lot of stuff within it, but like I don't really have like a line. It's more of a scene, and you know what? I do have a few on this one actually. Hold on. let me.
Want to let Greg go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, there's a lot of like favorite moments, and this is not necessarily like what I found the funniest out of the entire film, but I think it was just a line I appreciated more because I was able to like let more of the movie kind of sink in. There's the scene where the parents are in bed and they're going over the whole Brennan has a mangina thing, and then the mom mentions his brother went on to win the talent show by singing Ice Ice Baby, and the dad goes, "It's a great song," and then she's like, "It is." Just that like confirmation of like, Yeah, let's get over the whole childhood trauma. But man, that was a great song kind of feeling. It was just such a great moment.
Todd, did you narrow it down?
Yeah, there's two things, but I'm sure you'll have a couple, but I'm gonna go with just the one, and it's basically the whole bunk bed scene. Like, I mean,
from
like
them asking up until the completion of the bunk bed.
Like there's a couple like little lines throughout it, like when his stepdad, or I know you just said his name,
Richard Jenkins.
Yeah, when Richard Jenkins just like he's so fed up and he's just like, I don't give a F. Like the way he delivers the line, but it's the, do you like guacamole? And then the beds just go like just the like the do you like guacamole line, and then the beds that just made it perfect. I mean, it is. It's all just, and it's funny because the way they act is so dumb, but it works for them.
It's not so much that they act dumb, but they can play it off as genuine. And it's just genuine stupidity. It's not actors trying to be funny. It's just them playing stupid. Them not trying to be funny, just them playing stupid. And that's I think what makes it really shine, especially with those two. Beginning, and this is more for the unrated version, because I know this particular clip.
Do you know the differences between the like? I'll ask you this after. Like,
I know the big one because I remember getting the unrated DVD a long time ago. Just see like, oh man, what's unrated? Right. There's like some of Catherine Hahn's lines to Dale, I believe, but the biggest one. And when this happened, from when I saw this clip on the unrated DVD up until now, it always just gets me laughing so hard. And it is when Brendan leaves the room, he says, I'm gonna put my nuts on your drum set. And in the unrated version, you actually see him put frosted.
Okay.
And I told my wife, I said I was gonna show this movie to our stepson, except for the sex scenes. And then when that scene happened, she's like, oh, absolutely not. Come on, he's 13. He's gonna be 14. Come on.
He's seen nuts before.
Right. But you just show him the other cut then.
But even in the theatrical version, the fight that ensued after that moment, like in the unrated, actually, there's more of that fight where Mary, or Brendan's mom, Mary Steenburgen's called at the office and she has to come in. In the theatrical, it just comes in with the father coming in, and you see her with the hose, trying to keep the dogs away. But the whole early part, there's like a good chunk of that fight that was not in the theatrical. I remember that for a fact, and I think that's the majority of where the extra runtime comes for the unrated. Other than that, it's some extended improvised lines, I think.
And just to jump on your favorite moment, Ozzy, the moment where there's the back and forth of, I teabagged your drum set. Well, my drum set's a guy, so that makes you gay.
Stupid stuff like that. It's also, I mean, as stupid as it is, as stupid as the content is, it is something to be said for a level of performance to take on these two characters that are completely void of any intelligence, and to come back with each other with quips. We even saw it in the Red Band trailer where sounds like prison on planet bullshit, and then just the added on the galaxy of this song, just them being so in tune with the characters and then being able to fire off each other. It's what makes for true gold.
It would be interesting to watch the movie alongside the original script and just see like what was there and what wasn't,
Yeah, absolutely.
There was one other thing, and I noted it down, and I don't, it was just this. It was just here. Let's see if it pulls it up right. The photo when they're at the table, when he's taken, I had a screen cap, and it's just Like, yeah, that was another great little moment. I did enjoy that. Because I get that moment as a parent, like, I don't give a shit what's going on right now. There we go. So, yeah.
I'll say it with a 13-year-old inside the house. Some of these like specific behavior isms, just like some,
I know.
just when they hit, it was like I to some degree I had to like kind of subdue my laughing a little bit for my wife because I didn't want her to like see me laughing too hard at some of these moments.
Yeah.
But in terms of critiques, I didn't have any really. I mean, this with the kind of performances and the kind of talent that this movie has, I felt just enough to where I didn't feel like I wanted more, and I didn't feel like I was getting cheated or robbed of anything.
Yeah, sometimes the unrated versions from this era can just feel bloated just to put that unrated stamp on there. And I felt like everything that was like I didn't feel like this overstayed its welcome because they added a bunch of footage in. Like, although I've never seen the theatrical version, I don't think this hurts the pacing like something like 40-Year-Old Virgin, where that does kind of mess with the pacing in that form. So
Right. Like I said, I believe the majority of those 7 minutes came from the fight scene, and everything else came from just additional lines. But this, I had no complaints over it. To me, this is like one of those perfect, like stupid comedy movies that I can't think of anything that would make it better, or
Yeah.
even like just introducing logic just because they play their characters so true to life that you just feel you're observing.
See, the main two, like, sure, I felt that way about, but there was one part that just didn't feel right because of the I guess extreme movement of how quickly this relationship happened. The other brother, Derek, the relationship with him and the dad, that first dinner they have, and his like falling head over heels, like kind of like overly like loving this guy, was a little weird for me. Like, it didn't feel like there was enough for him. Like, I get admiration or like liking the guy, but like it just seemed too over the top for his character, to be that way with somebody, and so that was the only thing that was a little weird for me.
I understand where you're coming from at that point, but how I saw it was he only has, in his experience, seeing Dale as an adult,
right.
And this guy, younger than Dale, just completely impressed him and swept him off his feet. Like,
but he was
this is
like
Dad. Why are you
giddy.
looking at him like that? Like that, but it is so over the top. Like, oh man, I wish I had a son like you.
Yeah.
That I could see that happening. Just being like, this is my son, but man, you, and then him, them kind of getting all buddy after the dinner. It kind of fit for me. I thought it worked, but okay.
See, yeah, I wouldn't have minded them just like being buddy or like having an admiration, but like this was like giggly happy. That was like, okay, I don't know. I don't know about
to
that.
me, it just like him being giggly happy was
Yeah.
the result of him having Dale as a son. So that kind of, at least for me, seeing his reactions, and especially, like I said, that line of Dale saying, Dad, why are you looking like that? And him being like super giddy is hilarious because that he's wanted really a son like this. So he's all this like pent up anger, energy, frustration, whatever, that his son isn't like that. So seeing a reaction like that made it, at least for me, it did fit.
Yeah.
It worked for me. Todd?
I don't really have any notes on this one. Like, I don't have any complaints. Like I said, like I was worried with the unrated, with the sometimes they do over, but no, I don't have any issues. I thought it was good time. No notes.
So having said that, with the rating, it should be an obvious for me. It's 5 out of 5 this is one of those, again, like I said, it feels like a modern classic. This to me is, in terms of Will Ferrell movies, this is right underneath the first Anchorman. And like old school, maybe more of an ensemble because you had Vince Vaughn, Luke Wilson, but Anchorman felt like that's the Will Ferrell, right? And then all these other characters, sure, but right underneath that was this one right here. It was such a treat that Ferrell and Reilly were in this together and work off of each other so well that it's not just two comedic actors, like they have their own chemistry with one another, that it works so well. And you first saw like the mesh well together in Talladega Nights, but here is where they just really like leaned in, and just each scene was them complimenting one another, not in like the literal sense, but just being that other presence, and you wanted to see the two of them interact, and just hilarity ensued from start to finish. It was fantastic. So 5 from me. How about you guys?
This one, it's interesting because when I first watched it, 5 easy, and there was a moment when I was watching it this time where I had a bit, because for those who don't know, I run an apartment community, so I deal with a lot of different people who have their places and such, and there's so many moments where there's grown adults who I'm like, why do I have to tell you these things? And so I had this moment of like, oh, adult children, like they frustrate me sometimes. And I had to go, this is a movie. Stop. Let go of everything. Just enjoy it. So I was gonna give it like a 4.5, but like then I let myself go and I like eased into the movie, and I was like, this is a 5. This is just a fantastic film.
Todd?
Yeah, I'm a 5 also. I had a good time start to finish. And he gave us boats and hose. Come on.
Right.
Boats and hose. Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, this is not available to stream. However, it is available to purchase or rent wherever you consume your favorite digital content. I would recommend the unrated version, especially if you have not seen the unrated version. And do you gentlemen have anything else to add for this film before we start heading out for this evening?
No,
sir.
All right.
This thing on 4K. It's got both cuts in 4K, so it's nice.
There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and if you do happen to be in the Orange County area this week, I'll be hosting trivia this Tuesday at the Rush Bar and Grill in Lake Forest, beginning at 7 o'clock. Also this Wednesday at the Brewery in Placentia, also at 7 o'clock. Both nights are free to play and prizes for the top winning teams. Coming out and have some fun, of course. With me, always comes the Trivia Multiverse, where every song has something to do with the answer. And once again, if you guys don't have anything else before we head out for the evening, for world's famous juggler Greg Larson and Flesh Wound producer Todd, I'm Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here on a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Farce.